guys, since I'm pretty sure they won't be talking too much about their plays, because they don't want to give away their strategy. At least I don't during the game as much, to not give away my strategy. Oh, I need to download ad blocker on my new computer. That is a strange piece of cheese. Very strange piece of cheese. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Foxhull seems to be playing Foxhull's playing against the Necreum Tempe's Rush deck. Or not even Rush. I'm not even sure what he's playing. With Scourgeflame and Mystics? Who is this that he's playing? He is playing tmakk. Let's check out tmakk's deck list. Tmakk. Right there. Let's see. Cold, Epidemic, Firestorm, Flesh Fiend, Glutton, Hound, Sorcerer, Bolt, Shaman. Okay, so I guess he's trying to go for a mid-range with like Flesh Fiends and Gluttons and stuff so that he actually has a way to win late game. But he's definitely has a bunch of closers and a bunch of control. It doesn't look like he's trying to do much in the early game. I think he's mostly setting up to level up 1 or 2 brawlers into levels 2 or 3 to be able to win color them if lucky, or to cull something on his side. Also clearing the boards with Epidemic and Firestorm early, while being able to have a couple of persistent finishers like the Flesh Fiend, or high damage dealers like the Glutton, whether he's alive or dying. Hound can also clear the way for the late game, so it looks like that's overall what tmakk is looking for. We're still in player level 1. It looks like they just started a new game, so should be 1-1. Yes. So yeah, Foxhull is playing a Necreum Alloyan deck. Let's see what his deck list is like. So he's got Blightwalker, Reaver, Cull, Deathseeker, Epidemic, Grave Pact, Glutton, Sorcerer, Scoutron, Titan, Pulse, Oracle, Technosmith, and Vengeful. It's interesting. He's definitely playing a stall deck with 3 Oracles and Technosmiths, and especially with the Titans. However, he only has 2 Titans in the stall deck, and he has a lot of control. Very heavy in the removal of multiple kinds: Epidemics, Cold of Weeks, Blightwalkers, even Grave Pact. He doesn't have too many finishers other than his 2 Titans. He really wins slowly, which is kind of what Racecar pointed out earlier, I guess, where their game went on forever. I can definitely see that with his deck right now, having to constantly remove creatures and waiting to finally get a Titan 3 on the field. To that end, it looks like he just cleared the board with something, probably an Epidemic, because the board was definitely had quite a few creatures on there. Let's see. So he's leveling up the Scout Drone. Interesting. Alright, so here tmakk has a couple of Cold of Weeks, which is really upsetting to see right here in the start of player level 2. He doesn't have anything to cull at this point, nothing level 2, nothing even threatening, even the level 1s. So the Cold of Week is definitely something tmakk wants leveled up with his current deck of being a stall control deck. Not having level 3 culls in this deck is going to be really painful. However, leveling them up just puts him really far behind. So yeah, he's just going to avoid leveling the culls, which is going to give Foxhull a huge opportunity to get his Titans up to level 3 and keep them on the field. If Foxhull can get his Titan 3 out in player level 3, there's a very high probability that Foxhull will close this game very quickly. So it's a little bit risky on his part to have not played the Cull 2, at least one of them, but he's definitely going for a push in the early game with his board presence here. Unfortunately, Foxhull got a rather good draw to stop that with a free Scout Drone and a Blightwalker to not only trade, but he got extra place, leveling up 4 cards that turn with the Technosmith and Scout Drone, and he got even better creatures and better board position. And tmakk did not draw a very good hand to counter this, having still only a level 1 hand. Epidemic doesn't really help him here. The Epidemic would put the Blightwalker down to 0 attack, which means the Blightwalker would then be useless until he dies. Because otherwise, until player level 3, that Blightwalker just can keep getting there for 3 damage, unless he wants to trade a bunch of level 1s and 2s for it. So yeah, there's the Epidemic to take out the Technosmith, put the Blightwalker at 0 attack. That makes lane 1 still trade, so out of this he's getting the Technosmith dead, which wasn't a big deal, but the big thing here is the Blightwalker now has 0 attack. Now he has to choose between basically a Brawler and a Flesh Fiend. The Flesh Fiend is going to be really useful for resiliency against all foxhull's global removal and culls. However, Cinderfist is really tmakk's major win condition late game. So dropping the Cinderfist is his main way to get in his damage. And be able to actually have a way to eventually win. Oh wow, Foxhull's 3rd cull is level 1, which means he's going to have 3 level 2 culls in his deck. And so he is stuck rather heavily as far as dealing with level 3 creatures next turn. He did choose to Technosmith up a level 1 card, Scourge Flame Sorcerer in player level 2, which is definitely a very interesting play when he has Epidemic already on the field. Or Epidemic 2 that he chose over it. Choosing that means that he has less level 3s. He's going to have a very consistent level 3 player level 3, having played both level 1s on turn 5 and level 1s on turn 6. However, that means he's also going to be really weak on the level 3 draws. He's not going to have heavy Epidemics either. So tmakk could really take advantage of Foxhull's all level 2 deck, along with having a only level 2 culls. Now, Foxhull's biggest thing he has going with him is this Oracle that he just played. That's going to be an Oracle 3. If he can get that on turns 9 or 10, he might be set with how many level 2s he has in the deck. He can quickly get his count up as far as getting the level 2s into level 3s and start racking advantage that way. However, it is likely that the Scourge Flame Sorcerer is going to knock that hope out of the water pretty quickly. Yeah, the Glutton is thrown into the Oracle, gets his damage in, Oracle's not going to level anyone up. That's not a huge surprise. And Foxhull, wow, he might actually be able to pull off the fact that his whole deck's going to be level 2s, other than the fact that he only has 4 level 3s in the deck, 3 Oracle 3s and a Blightwalker 3. And the fact that all 3 of his 4 level 3s are Oracles means that he will be able to deal with his level 2 draws all the time, which actually puts tmakk in a lot bigger problem than he originally was. So tmakk really needs to think about closing this game pretty quickly against so many Oracle 3s. However, he has a couple options here. He can cull out an Oracle again, and then Scourge Flame another one. That way, he will be able to stop him from leveling any extra cards. However, we are into turn 9, player level 3, which means level cards won't even be seen for another 4 turns. So if he chooses not to go that route, he's not going to lose too much out of it. Let's see what he goes here. If he does hound the lane 2, which he has, he's planning on trading out Scourge Flame for Oracle, which means that he is going to go ahead and let him level up 1 card with the Oracle, and just call out the 2nd Oracle. So Foxhull's only going to get 1 card leveled out of those 3 Oracles, which a lot of people say Oracle just is so much better than Technosmith because of that. But like, if he had played 3 Technosmiths 2 here, he would have 3 leveled up cards instead of just 1. Wow, it looks like he might actually activate the Sorcerer after he Hound burned the Oracle. He will, okay. So he used the burn on the Hound to hurt the Oracle instead of the Blightwalker. He just didn't think it was turn through, apparently. But, he went ahead and threw it out there. And he did get a turn 9 Oracle 3, which means, Foxhull's turns 10 and 11 are going to be really, really strong unless tmakk can deal with this immediately. which tmakk does not have any level 3s in his current hand. So tmakk has a brawler. God, this is his actually turn 10 too, so that means that tmakk didn't get any level 3s last turn either. So tmakk is definitely hurting as far as this player level, but next player level he's going to be a lot stronger as well as far as level 3s if he can shut down his oracles and get foxhull not to be able to level up too many cards with them. However, he's going to have to get through this turn. Apparently foxhull made... oh yeah, foxhull's commenting on the misplay about his hound not hitting the blight walker, which isn't significant since the blight walker is only an 03, but not a major deal considering it has 0 attack and no way to buff. It wasn't even foxhull that did that. I'm not even sure what foxhull was thinking there, as far as misplay. He doesn't have much of another choice to have played on that turn. Wow, and another Oracle 3. So it looks like, yeah, he's just going to be able to Bone Scythe Reaver away anything he wants, as well as play another Oracle 3. And at this point, foxhull is going to be able to quickly run away with playing any level 3 he wants per turn. And again, no way to deal with either Oracle. Both Oracles are going to survive at least through foxhull's end of his turn. So right now he can look at the Magma Hound pinging away the Bone Scythe Reaver. That'll save him 14 life that way, as well as the possibility of chump blocking multiple turns to the Flesh Fiend, or Uranti bolting the Oracle in lane 2. That would not kill off the Oracle, obviously, but it would save him 20 life. Also, playing the Magma Hound in lane 2 trades the Oracle in lane 2 as well as killing the Reaver, so that's probably his best play here. Dropping the Hound into lane 2, pinging away the Reaver. After that, you're looking at how to deal with the Oracle in lane 4. Oh, it doesn't even look like he's going to let the Hound trade. That is quite a surprise. Wow, he's going to try to outrush him. He is ahead on life, so thinking about it that way is definitely possible. Drawing a low-level hand like this would normally be awful, but with 2 Oracle 3s, he can knock up any card in his hand, even to knock out that Hound. And at this point, that Flesh Fiend is really not a threat, and foxhull can quickly come back on this race. The Glutton is literally just to buy time. Like, he doesn't need to pressure tmakk at this point, since tmakk chose the route he did, and since foxhull has 2 Oracle 3s that are live and active with 20 plus health already, still, after multiple turns of being on the field, foxhull is looking to win this game as if this game goes long. tmakk is really looking at having to win within 4 turns or so, and based on foxhull having 2 Oracle 3s, it's going to be really tough to do this. tmakk is really going to have to take full advantage of every point of damage he can knock out, and wow, he's converting into trying to stay alive, which I don't think that's going to be able to pay off for him, especially when, wow, what the draw. So here he's just going to level up every card in his hand to max, except, I mean, Blightwalker's will be level 2, but he's going to have the Oracle down, 3 Oracle 3s down, and yeah, he can get the last Blightwalker up to level 3, so a hand of level 3s there, as he hands it back to tmakk with 3 Oracle 3s on the field and a Technosmith. So here tmakk finally draws his Cold Week 3, which he's been holding on to for quite some time in his deck. Now he has to figure out how to use this in the Scourge Flame Sorcerer. The Scourge Flame Sorcerer will be a huge deal in being able to come back in this, hopefully. However, he can't block with the Scourge Flame Sorcerer pre-combat. So post-combat, the tmakk could put down the Scourge Flame Sorcerer to block an Oracle, and that way the Scourge Flame will trade with either of the Oracles currently on the field, and then still be able to get an activation out of it next turn. So that might be tmakk's major way of coming back for the current board position. But as far as deck leveling goes, tmakk is really far behind, and I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with all of what foxhull has in the deck, even if he can clear the board as it is right now. However, as of right here, he's definitely looking towards probably culling the lane 3 Oracle and then playing the Skirts lane post-combat into lanes 2 or 4. However, even if he does that, what are we looking at? If he does that, he dies, I think. He would take 10 damage this turn, as well as 25 next turn. That'd be 35 damage. He'd be at 2 life. I don't think foxhull has any way to do direct damage, but even so, it's just too much at the moment. But the Hound, okay, I actually didn't even see this play. However, he still takes 25 damage next turn, but if he puts a Scourge Flame Sorcerer into lane 2, he's still looking at the ability to clear off both of the Oracles, and now that is interesting. Culling the Technosmith means that he still gets an Oracle activation as well as 20 damage instead of 15. He actually saved more life by killing off the Oracle rather than killing off the Technosmith. Plus, he would have saved an activation. So I definitely don't think the culling of the Technosmith was the right play there, regardless of how you look at it. And back to 3 Oracles on the field from drawing one on turn 13. And yeah, that's going to be a game. He can block 3. He can take care of 3 of them by blocking lane 4 with a Glutton and Hounds into lane 3, killing the Oracle, which does put him only at 1 life. So he can survive another turn and clear out the board other than the Scout Drone. So everything will be dead except he'll be at 1 life and the Scout Drone will be alive. So, I mean, he still has 2 activations of Oracle playing this route, so he can live for 2 his next turn. But the problem is that's as long as he doesn't draw a call. As long as foxhull does not draw a call the week, tmakk can live until his next turn. But with the current board state, I mean, there's just no coming back from this one. Even if foxhull drew all level 1 hands for the rest of the game, his 3 Oracles would last long enough to make that enough to win. Hound in lane 2, what? He definitely has to play. The only way to survive here is to either use your Anti-Bolt or Hound lane 3, Burning Oracle, and then Glutton lane 4, or Hound lane 3, Burning Oracle lane 2, while bolting lane 4. That's definitely a worse play because you don't trade with your Oracle at that point. However, if he draws Cold the Weak, it means you don't die. Well, except the Hound he could Cold the Weak the Hound. So the only way he can survive, really, and have a chance at this game is playing the Magma Hound lane 3 and the Glutton lane 4. Yes, there he goes. The other way he could survive, quote, quote, is the Anti-Bolt, but that's only for a turn. And so, yeah, that's the Cold Weak ends the game, the Titan ends the game. There's so many things that just end the game with this turn. Irrelevant. tmakk did give a good fighting support, and credit to foxhull for making a level 2 deck be monstrous in player level 3 and 4 based on having 3 Oracle 3s in the deck. Drawing all 3 of them in player level 1 and player level 2 is a huge benefit of the way he was going to get out of that game.